This is Amy Harris, and I will be showing you how to create a PeerMark assignment using Turnitin. This allows students to review each other's work online and make comments. So what I'm going to do is use my course. We're going to do week 15, and what we want to do is add an activity. We're going to go under Assignments 2.2 and click on Turnitin. The other Turnitin assignment that you may use, which usually is better, it does not work for PeerMark revision, so we have to use this one. Alright, so we're going to leave it at paper assignment because everything else is based off of this, and click on next step. Now we're going to give it a title. I'm going to leave the start date where it is. I've never had any problems with that. Also, I'm going to change the due date. It is due in November on a Monday, and the post date when it will be finished just has to be later in the day. So I usually make this one at 8 a.m. because my students are probably pulling all-nighters anyway. Might as well give them till 8 a.m. to do that. And then the post date just has to be later, so I'll make that at 11 p.m. We don't need to worry about optional settings. We just click on submit. So you can see the assignment has been created. We're going to go up and click on the course and go back to week 15. So you can see our draft has been created. Now, to create the PeerMark assignment where the students actually see each other's papers, we do Turnitin. Okay, now last time we made a paper assignment. This time we're making a PeerMark assignment, and we click next step. Now we have to select the assignment. Make sure you select the right one. So I'm making sure it's draft 1. Sometimes it's helpful to give it a number just so you remember which one you're working with. Now it's automatically got a start date because of the previous assignment, so you don't need to change the start date, but you do need to change when it's due, and I want it to be due on Friday. And again, it's going to be due at 8 a.m. Okay, the post date again just has to be later than the due date, so you can have it the same day, just later in the day. So I can tell it 11 p.m. And this is so important. Show more options. You have to do this or it's going to continue to give you an error message. For late papers, you have to assign a date, kind of what the cutoff is for students to submit their papers late. And I give my students some leeway, but I don't always recommend that for all classes. Now what I'm going to do is say, well, okay, the paper has to be in by midnight of the 25th, which is a Tuesday. So this gives my students a little leeway in turning things in late, and their papers are still in the pool. But if they submit it after that date, they will not be included in the pool of papers, and then they're going to be in trouble with me. So now we click on edit for how many papers do we want our students to review. I want my students, because it's a small class, to look at 3 other student papers. If you have a big class, you may just want them to do 1. Very important that we click this save button and then click save and continue. Now it's going to ask us for questions. Okay, I find it helpful rather than just kind of letting them make comments willy-nilly. I try and have them answer some questions that really help the author do a better job. So I've already created a copy of questions that I just save in the Turnitin library, and then they're there forever. So once those are there, I click Add All Questions. Very important to click this button, because if you haven't, then it's not really attached to the assignment yet. So you can see it actually repeats the questions. That lets me know they're attached, and I click Save and Finish. the assignment has been created. And if we go back to the course, you'll see that for the week 15, we have our 2 assignments. Seems like the semester goes on and on, doesn't it? Okay, so we have our draft pool where the students are submitting their papers, and then here is where they go in to look at other student papers and make comments and answer your questions. I hope this video has been helpful. Have a great day.